This is Kevin Harlan. We've got the Los Angeles Lakers taking on San Antonio. Our starting lineups will look at the matchups here and who we'll see for our starting five for both teams. And guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Robinson?
Well, the thing that David Robinson did was he controlled games with his defense. He was so athletic and moved so fluidly for a player of his size that he could cover ground so quickly and just really take away the floor.
You know, he'd block your shot if he got there soon enough, or he'd just take it away from you. Either way, David Robinson had very quick hands and was as unique an athlete as a 7-footer as we've seen. One of the best athletes, I think, that's played the position. On offense, an efficient scorer, and on defense, he was an intimidator.
Now here's Jones after David Robinson's miss. Jones drives in. The shot by Bryant, no good.
That's not an opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Del Negro against Bryant. Duncan down low. The jump hook. Duncan gets it to go inside. On defense, San Antonio. Outside, Kobe. Outside, Jones. From outside, off the mark. First quarter, just over a minute played. Outside, Robinson. Elliott kicks to Johnson. Del Negro the pass to Duncan. Shot clock at 6. Connects on the open J. Duncan's got his second basket.
You know, he's got a lot of inches on the defender in that matchup, and he can just shoot right over the top of him without worrying about being bothered.
O'Neal, the bucket counts, and Shaq will have another chance at the line.
Well done, finishing that one off.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. That's good from O'Neal. And so just over a minute and a half played. Johnson outside. Robinson a screen on Fisher. The pass to Del Negro. Elliott kicks to Johnson. There's the dish to Robinson. Shaq takes it away. And now here comes Jones leading the break. And Kobe throws it down hard.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk, Clark, coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively ready to react and make a play.
And that is good.
Not enough defense there to throw him off his shot. Sometimes it takes more than one defender on him down low.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hey, Kevin. I spoke with the Lakers head coach. They'll be facing one of the best post players ever to play the game in Tim Duncan. Coach told me that even though Timmy isn't as physically gifted as he once was, he is still a handful to deal with. He said a lot of people forget this, but Tim Duncan is one of the smartest players to ever play and always makes the right decision. We can't be lazy around him.
Thank you, Doris. Now here's Johnson after Shaquille O'Neal's miss. Puts up the baby hook. Robinson misses. The Lakers trail. Wide open look. That's good. Jones has got his first points of the game.
Well, nice way there to get your first basket of the game.
Johnson kicks to Robinson. And it's Shaquille O'Neal with the foul. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Here's Johnson. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. 5 on the clock. And stolen by Fisher. Here we go, one-on-one. And he dunks it down.
Now that is a quick bucket. Pretty good in transition.
That's right. That's exactly right. He loves when he gets the chance to get out and run. That's when he's at his best.
Now here's Johnson. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, the big thing is he's one of the top playmakers in the league. So he's got great court vision, accurate passing. He understands his teammates and their strengths and weaknesses. So always creating good shot opportunities for his club.
Both shots good from the stripe. The Lakers in the lead. Here's Barry. Here's Fisher. Williams with the block. Here's Person. He's covered by Blunt. 40 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Person with the bucket. And here's Fisher. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Pass to Barry. Campbell inside, working on Purdue. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Barry. Williams with the block, but he recovers it, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. And San Antonio has possession. Johnson with it. Outside Jackson. And a miss there on the triple. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. It's San Antonio leading by just 1. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. Up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. Guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
Solid first quarter for this club. They came out strong, and they've put together some nice momentum here.
Steve, I like the looks they've gotten on offense. A lot of good ones.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at the Lakers. Barry is out there with Bryant. Then it's O'Neal. Then there's Ori. And it's Jones in at the 3 spot.
Easy call there.
No question about that one. You could hear the impact from where I am.
The Lakers have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. O'Neal hits them both. Here's Del Negro. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Passes it to Jackson. Over to the wing. Shot clock at 5. Young Kobe Bryant with a monster dunk.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Here's Barry. The feed now to O'Neal. Robinson with the block, and he gets it back. A second chance effort. Tim Duncan with the rebound.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, as you know, gentlemen, Greg Popovich is one of the foremost practitioners of the intentional fouling that sends poor free throw shooters to the line. Not exactly a fan favorite, and Pop says, quote, I think it's ugly. I think it's awful. But it's legal. It's there. If somebody doesn't want to get hacked, they should shoot free throws better. Guys, he's all about winning. Whether it's pretty or ugly, he doesn't care.
They wear you down, Doris. Thank you so much. Here's Del Negro. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Dishes it to Jackson. Duncan against Ori. Shoots a fader, and too long on the shot. Here is Bryant. He dishes it to Jones. O'Neal passes to Barry. Back to Shaq. Knocked loose. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And Del Negro gets it to go.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
Lakers trail by 5. Here's Barry. O'Neal a screen on Del Negro. Here's Barry. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
Well, with that much space off the pick, you've got to drop that in.
Yeah, you got to make that one. I mean, that's a high-quality shot you should make 9 out of 10 times.
That's good.
You know, defensively, you cannot forget about him. He gave him a wide-open look there.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Well, he may just be trying to get a break in the action to clear their heads. You know, a lot of their shots are rimming out. You wonder if their confidence isn't suffering at this point.
I think that's a good time to call a timeout. If a team has a few fall the wrong way for them, just burn a timeout and let them forget about it. Regroup, talk about it, and refocus.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. He said, we're going to make things much easier on ourselves if we can establish a better interior game. And it starts with opening gaps in the defense and making sharp feeds into the post. He also told them that he wants to see multiple passes on every possession. He said that was the key to getting the best shot each time down. Guys, they're clearly hoping those changes have an effect even before this game makes it to halftime. Kevin?
And thanks for that story, Doris. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And what I like is they're really focusing on that post play down low. They're getting the ball inside, and it's paying off for them.
Outside Bryant. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Del Negro against Fisher. There's the pass to Blunt. Johnson outside. Pass to Del Negro. Now Purdue puts up the baby hook. The second chance effort knocked down by the 7-footer Purdue.
He's just going to punish you on the glass, and it's pretty deflating right now when you're trailing and you continue to give up second chance baskets.
Out to Kobe. Fisher against Johnson. Fisher dishes to Kobe. Here's Campbell and the powerful one-handed slam.
You know, the dunks are few and far between for the big guy, but every once in a while we get one just like that.
It's not hard to believe that kind of size might keep you from being a high flyer.
Yeah, that's a lot of man right there to try to get up off the ground, Kevin.
Into Tim Duncan. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Duncan's got the lead up to 10 now for the Spurs.
Great interplay there between those two teammates.
Here's Bryant. Misses off the right iron.
Well, the shot was there for him, and he had to take it. I don't care if he didn't convert it. He's got to take that every time.
And we finished one half of basketball. Spurs out in front, ending the third quarter with a huge surge, an 18-5 run. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
This is the halftime show. Let's break down all the first half action. A tremendous start for the Spurs. Through two quarters, their offense has been simply unstoppable. Bucket after bucket after bucket after bucket after bucket, you get it. We've seen Tim Duncan producing at will against the Lakers. He has 11 points and not much to complain about with his shot selection either. A nice field goal percentage in the first half. And on the other hand, the Lakers are still alive. It's been a scintillating open court attack. They hold a major advantage in fast break points. And that'll be all for this episode. It's in the books. I'm all done reading. Thanks so much for watching, and enjoy the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
The second half just about to get going here. An exceptional performance from Tim Duncan.
Clay created a lot of opportunities for himself in the first couple of quarters. And I'll tell you what, he was smart with his shot making too. Really took good ones.
You know, points per shot attempted is really one of the undervalued stats in the game, and it's a real measurement of efficient scoring.
They've got Elliott. Robinson is out there with Duncan. Then it's Johnson, and it's Del Negro in at the shooting guard position. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. Fade away. That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Kobe.
And they have to mix it up defensively. That was just too easy.
Johnson kicks to Robinson. The Admiral making no mistake on the inside.
Well, I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
Trying to get open is Shaq. And that one's good from Fisher.
That's exactly what they had in mind on that possession.
Spurs leading by 8. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Robinson against O'Neal. Pulls it up. And Robinson knocks down the J.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
Yeah, Clark, they've been more active and more physical down low, and I think that's been the difference.
And the Lakers call time here.
Yeah, and guys, I think he feels like he can make a few improvements during this timeout, just kind of make a couple of adjustments, get his club back on track.
You know, coaches are always tweaking and tinkering with things mid-game. Actually, sometimes they overdo it.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich coaching his team during that last break. The ball has to be fed into the low post much more than it has been to this point. That was his message. He said, they're giving us room down low. Let's take advantage of it. His other point of emphasis was their interior defense, which he insisted they concentrate on. Keep the ball out of the paint, he said. Don't give them anything from close range. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. That's good.
Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
Lakers trail by 12. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. And Fisher kicks to Kobe. Outside, Jones. No good on the triple.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
Yeah, not enough defensive coverage there to prevent him from firing that time. But, yeah, I think if he's open, he's got to let that thing fly.
Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Johnson, the pass to Robinson. On the clock. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Take a look at what Robinson's been doing. He's got 8 points, and he's rejected a shot over the course of the game, too.
That seems like it could have been more because he's been in position to make plays defensively most of the game.
Eldon Campbell, he's checked in for the Lakers. Barry comes in for Bryant. Lakers trail by 14. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And Fisher kicks to O'Neal. Pass to Campbell. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Robinson. And Williams, here we go. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Williams has got his first bucket in this one.
I love the flow that they've been playing with offensively tonight. This is an impressive performance.
Well, and that lead they have just continues to grow and grow.
And Fisher kicks to O'Neal. Fisher against Johnson. Fisher dishes to O'Neal. And that one's good. Shaq's got 7 points.
That's what has to happen if they're going to turn this thing around. He's got to take charge. He's got to be aggressive and really look to push here offensively.
Robinson against Shaq. Robinson kicks to Johnson. Here's Jackson. His 3-pointer's off the mark.
Kevin, just enough presence to bother that 3-point attempt there.
Well, for a guy that shoots like he does, I mean, I'd say that is an easy look.
Here's O'Neal. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Shaq's got 4 this quarter.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Johnson, the pass to Williams. Duncan down low. Campbell defending. And the shot is good. Duncan, as usual, hitting more than he misses. He's better than 50% from the floor in his NBA career. Barry the pass to Jones. Jones off a pick from O'Neal. Jones with it. Guarded now by Duncan. Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Eddie Jones. Outside Jackson. It's Robinson high post. It's stolen by Jones. Barry the pass to Jones. And that one's good. Jones has got 6.
They've raised their field goal percentage just above 50% here. They actually look like a totally different team than what we saw in the first half. Much better execution offensively.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Johnson's shot is off.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
Nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
And so Jones nails both of them. Johnson outside. Got it off in time. No good on that last second attempt there. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Spurs lead by 8. And we'll have the start of a 4th quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And we've reached the end of the 3rd. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Well, with this assist, he shows you just what a well-rounded guard he really is. Kind of a combo guard, even though he's listed as a shooting guard. Really a diverse offensive skill set.
We're almost seeing more. That aren't we? It's like guys that have point guard skills we can play both those positions.
Yeah, for sure.
And on the court for the Lakers to start the 4th. Bryan is out there with Fisher. Then there's Ori. Then there's Blunt. And it's Jones in at the small forward.
You know, tired legs can affect you at the defensive end, and I think that's what's happening right here.
I agree, because as much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
Kobe kicks to Jones. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe. Kobe's got 3 assists now in this one.
Kobe Bryant with a beautiful pass that time.
Here is Purdue, covered by Blunt. Puts up the baby hook. Purdue, no luck. Lakers trail by 7. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's going to be on Avery Johnson.
Beautiful work in the transition game.
That's how to do it. Attack early before the defense can get itself set.
Williams, he's checked in for San Antonio. 60 seconds off the clock here in the 4th. Person with the bucket. Now Fisher, and the Lakers call time here. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard the Lakers coach as he addressed his team. He told them, hey, guys, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. We're still alive in this thing. All we need to do is rely on each other. Let's stay aggressive, stick together, and play as a team. We're coming back. Back to you, Kevin.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. That one goes. Count it.
Well, you can sense the urgency with them now. I mean, right here, they're flat in the first half, but they've come out here in the second half with a lot more fire and a lot more intensity. You can see they're driven to get things done.
Jones, the pass to Orr. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Boy, this 4th quarter has been critical. The offense picking it up just when it looked like the game was getting away from it.
Yeah, they answered the 9-1-1. Now we've got some fireworks in store for us down the stretch.
Bryant against Del Negro. Picked his pocket. Coach is liking Clark what he's seeing from his offense.
And shoot, why wouldn't he? I mean, guys, they're filling it up with ease, executing, getting quality shots. I mean, this is fun to watch.
Yeah, this is like a clinic out there, guys. This is exactly how you attack a defense. Move the ball, sharp cuts, really a nice pace to their offense.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Robinson comes in for Purdue, and it's Duncan in for Person. San Antonio on defense. Jones dishes to O'Neal. And it's all evened up.
He has great dexterity inside. He can contort his body, shift in midair, hang time. He can protect the ball and finish through contact. Just an impressive player in the paint.
And, Steve, that's not a skill that most players have. I mean, that's exactly why they try to feed it to him in the paint whenever possible.
And Duncan gets it to go in.
Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
I agree, Clark. They need stops, and they can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are really high percentage looks.
The drive by Bryant. Here's O'Neal. Del Negro pulls it in. Del Negro's got 3 rebounds now in this one. 1:58 left in the fourth quarter. Duncan kicks to Williams. It's deflected. Feeds it to Duncan. 6 to shoot. From deep. A shot by Williams, no good. Now Fisher. Jones kicks to Fisher. Robinson with the block. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Williams against Fisher. Williams passes to Del Negro. Here's Duncan, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Spurs.
Their defense has been outstanding, Kevin. Closing out on shots, blocking a lot of them as well.
And, Steve, we can't fail to mention all the steals they've piled up, too. I mean, that's making a big difference. They've really gotten into them defensively.
The Spurs making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard the Lakers coach as he addressed his team. He wants to see a more open, aggressive approach offensively. He told his guys they're playing it too safe, trying to be too precise. He also told them they've got the green light to play some risky, reckless defense, saying, quote, we can unsettle them if we start to get wild out there. Guys, they're operating under the principle that it's never too late to fine-tune the game plan. Kevin, over to you.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Del Negro kicks to Johnson. And another basket for San Antonio.
And every point they get now puts them one step closer to the W.
If they're not there already, Steve, just a tremendous all-around game of basketball they play.
"20 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And so they foul intentionally. It's the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. And the Lakers call time here. They trail by 8. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, they can game plan all they want, but there's not enough time left for them to come back and win this game.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure exactly what they think they're going to pull off here.
You know, when he's got that kind of a height advantage on the defender, it's just too easy for him to rise up and get the shot off.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And the Lakers making a change here. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Showing off a very smooth stroke at the free throw line right there.
Fisher can't hit.
Well, that was not a smart play there. That's a wild shot. They can get something better.
No, that's not smart basketball. He should have passed that shot up.
And so it's San Antonio with the win. They pulled off this win.